Peace, guys. What's going on? This is Rajay Anthony Ali speaking to you guys real quick. I apologize about the wind. It's pretty windy out here in Cape Town, South Africa. But wanted to speak to you guys real quick about something that's been on my mind. I think it's important for people to understand that right now we're in a very critical time, especially now with this whole coronavirus crisis. And back in the U.S., where I'm from, there's over 30 million people unemployed right now, without a job, without a type of source of income. And I'm speaking about that because I think this is a perfect time to take advantage of people taking a huge step into prosperity and wealth. See, one thing I learned a long time ago is that people like Warren Buffett and other entrepreneurs became millionaires and billionaires in a time of crisis. One article actually showed recently that Amazon went from a huge billion-dollar company to now a trillion-dollar company simply because of this crisis with the coronavirus. And right now, like I said, there's over 30 million people unemployed in the U.S. There's only 330 million people in the U.S. And I say that because that means that 300 million people have some type of source of income, or their children, or they are retired. So the question is, how many of the working force are actually working? And we already know that there's a huge disparity with people being unemployed and also underemployed. They're getting paid less than what they're supposed to. So this is the perfect time for people to take advantage and start their own home-based businesses and invest, okay? Because if you're thinking that you're going to come out here and make a huge amount of money working a job and then be able to ride off in the sunset with crazy things like this, like a crisis that no one expected, and it's going to be okay, then I got another thing for you. I'm going to tell you like this: that never happens. Those type of things never happen. You don't have those things anymore because society set it up where you don't retire comfortably, that you don't get your 401k and that'll be, perfectly fine with you and your family for the next 30 years after you retire. Okay, so you have to figure out a way to invest. And even if it's as small as $100, okay? Now most people that say, well, $100 is not small to me because I don't have $100. That's the problem. You view $100 as a lot of money, okay? If you view $100 as a lot of money, you never make any money in this world. That's just the facts. You never make money in this world if you view $100 as a lot of money. So I say that because, think about this real quick. If it takes you a whole year to save up $100, and you find a way to turn that $100 into $1,000, you're in a better position than a person that never even tried to scrape up $100. When I first got introduced to network marketing and online marketing, it was in the early 2000s. It was actually back in 2005. And I remember saying to myself, I said, man, how am I going to be able to come up with $300 to start my business? Because it was $300 at that time. And I did whatever it took. I sold my video games, I sold a couple of shoes, and I did whatever it took to make sure I had the $300 so I could invest. So I say that to say this: in order for you to be able to move forward in your life, you got to take sacrifices. So if you got to sell some shoes, if you got to ask 4 people for $25 and tell them you'll pay them back, whatever it is that you got to do, do it. Don't waste time. Don't sit there and, say, well, I don't have it, and I'll be the end of it, and then, I never hear from you again. Scrape up $100 and then hit me up. Because I'm doing a lot of things right now, showing people how to either get residual income with $100 or make a quick flip with $100 with online businesses and online marketing. It's all can be done, and it's not hard. You can turn 100 to 1,000 in less than a week. But you got to be willing to take the steps to go out there and actually do what you need to do to take care of you and your family. If this is not a wake-up call with 30 million people being unemployed in the U.S. and possibly over 100 million people worldwide with this crisis, I don't know what is. I can't convince you any otherwise. Because like I said, when I started back in 2005, if you remember those years, in the early 2000s. Around 2006, 2007, I believe, went through a financial crisis with the Great Recession. This is Great Recession 2.0. And this is just the beginning, guys. This is what I'm saying. I'm not really feeling the effect as much as most people in the States are, because I'm overseas, but the people that's in the States, they're feeling it. They're actually seeing the effects really, really bad, because they don't even know what's going to happen in the next couple weeks, next couple months, or even the rest of this year. So it's up to you. You got to make a decision. You got to take time and really think about it. Because like I said, if $100 is a lot of money to you, you'll never make money in life. I can tell you this, me personally, I invested thousands and thousands of dollars for personal development and self-education. Was it just starting businesses only? No. But was it a lot of investments into businesses? Absolutely. I invested thousands into businesses. I invested thousands into education. Matter of fact, the biggest check I ever wrote for my education was my student loans. I can tell you this, that was the biggest mistake I ever made, but it also was the biggest learning lesson I ever made. With over $40,000 worth of debt. But guess what? I also know that it taught me a lesson, that you can't depend on traditional education. Self-education is the way, it's the wave. Right now, people are socially distancing. They're learning new ways of doing businesses. They're learning new ways of doing commerce. So you got to learn new ways. You got to throw away that whole old system you had and run with the new world. With that being said, guys, I appreciate you. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Rajay Anthony Ali. Take care.